Hey guys, it's Sam here and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about Arthur Melo to Liverpool and maybe some other transfers as well, and maybe talk about the summer window and as a whole. Yeah, Arthur Melo joined yesterday on deadline day. I don't know when this is going out, so this may come out tomorrow, which is Saturday, which then would mean it was Thursday. But you get the gist. Well, I'm recording this Friday afternoon, so it was yesterday for me. Loan deal till the end of the season. Very happy with that. Decent player. You know, he's not worked out at Juventus, but showed what he could do. Barcelona went for maybe a hefty fee, possibly not. It's very up in the air about that fee because it involved Pjanic as well to Barcelona. So some say it was 70 million euros, that is. Some are saying it could be less than 10 million because it involved swap deal with Pjanic going the other way. So no one really knows, but he came with a lot of hope and a lot of prospect and didn't work out at Juventus. And so we've gone in. We've got a midfielder and it's short term with a 4.5 million euro fee. Fine. Paying the majority of his wages. Fine. With also the whole of yesterday pretty much saying it's just a loan, no option to buy, until Juventus released the statement confirming his departure, saying that there is an option in the clause to sign him for 37.5 million euros, which I think I've heard is about 32 million pounds, which is absolutely fine. You know, for this day and age, everyone seems to be going for 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 million. So to get someone for pretty much just over 30, I'm absolutely happy with that. You know, if he does very well, add something to our squad, then very much we could pay the 30 million and it shouldn't interfere with our business to try and sign, or funding to try and sign Jude Bellingham next summer either, as it can be paid over 2 years. So the way that I'd suggest it would be is they'd pay half next summer, half the summer after, probably. But yeah, it won't interfere with that, so that's good. And if he's rubbish and doesn't do well, then we don't have to pay it and he can just go back to Juventus. But it's a very good move, very safe move, because we're not paid anything yet. Anyway, we've not paid anything, and it adds a bit more into the midfield. Obviously, the question marks are over his fitness as well. He seems pretty injury prone, according to several sources as well, but who knows, you know. It's an extra option. So Curtis Jones is fit again now. Carvalho's hit the ground running, which is great. It was confirmed today that Thiago is back in training next week, possibly early next week as well. So yeah, you know, our midfielders are starting to get back. Henderson, don't know how long he's out for, but it's rumoured that he's probably, it might be 5 games, which is pretty much the whole of this month. So that's a shame, but that definitely seems like the reasoning to. I mean, we possibly were going to get a midfielder anyway, but the injury to Henderson prompted the talks with Juventus for Arthur on Wednesday night. So, yeah, also seemed like we wanted another one because there were links with us with Douglas Luiz, possibly trying to get a late move for him, but Villa wanted 40 million and Douglas Luiz seemed to only really want to go to Arsenal, so that complicated that. And then there was rumours, I don't know if there's any truth in it, probably not, that we were trying for a late move for Moises Caicedo. I don't know. I can't imagine. I mean, we probably tried, but it was never going to happen because, yes, Brighton got Billy Gilmore in, but I think they already needed a midfielder, so it wasn't to replace a midfielder. They needed extra bodies in the midfield, and why you would sell possibly your best midfielder on deadline day with only a few hours to go and no chance to get a replacement in, I don't know. Like, that was never going to happen. So, yeah, just the one, which is absolutely fine, and it completes the window. A very good summer. Spent just under 100 million, I think it was 99.5 possibly, but definitely 99 million, I'm pretty sure. So just under 100 spent this summer. Most of that going on Darwin Núñez. We needed a striker. We spent big on a striker. Got back up for Trent, however, he's injured and we haven't been able to see him yet, unfortunately, but I think he's coming back. I think he might even be in training. So, you know, he's slowly getting back and we'll finally be able to see him to see whether or not he can push Trent for that right back spot. Fabio Carvalho obviously already becoming an incredible business for what it seemed like 5 million. Like, he's already repaying that 5 million. And yeah, like, the fact that he's just turned 20, there's so many years left, and he's already very, very good. And the deadline day signing of Arthur. So, completes our window, completes our business. So, yeah, very, very decent, very good, very happy with that. Had to rate it, I would probably rate it an 8. I can't. The only way it would have been a 10 is if, like, Bellingham came. But that was never happening. So, yeah, an 8. I'm very happy with it. Very happy with the window. Very decent as well. Those players we've brought in, and we've not sold too many players of significance. The only one really is Sadio Mane, unfortunately, but he obviously wanted a fresh challenge. Divock Origi left on a free. Very, very, like, gutting, because he was a good player for us. But obviously the longer it went, with no offers on the table, you kind of knew he was on the way out. And yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. Not really anyone else other than, like, fringe players that weren't really ever going to get game time have either gone permanently or on loan. So, you know, there's youngsters like Tyler Morton, Leighton Clarkson, Connor Bradley, all gone on loan, all doing very well as well. So that's great. And yeah, that's another summer done. Very interesting. In some other news that the other clubs made, Chelsea signed Aubameyang, and the Juve midfielder, I can't remember how you pronounce his name, to be honest. But yeah, they both signed deadline day. Decent for them. Man United obviously completed the signing of Anthony, who now becomes the most expensive deadline day signing, which adds a little bit more pressure to the lad. He knows Eric Ten Hag, but he doesn't know the Premier League. And I mean, it's a new club. Yes, it's the same manager, it's a new club, it's new players. The hefty fee as well, it could be a one of those that takes a little bit of time, but the fact is, even though United have now won 3 in a row, they need to keep going, and he needs to hit the ground running, because they can't have another winger that struggles. That can't happen, especially another one that's cost a lot of money. I think they spent over 200 million in this window. So you would expect them to be easily getting top 4, and you would expect them to at least win a trophy this season. And if they don't, I consider that a failure, because you've spent a lot of money, very good players. You can't be, what the fuck's the word now? You can't be like writing off another season and going, this is a stepping stone. Like, I can't remember the word right now. My brain is fried. But you get it. They can't just write this season off again and go, this is, it was there and now I've lost it again. It's a, nope, it's gone. But yeah, you can't have that. They need to start winning, and getting closer to winning trophies and titles again, because obviously that is what Man United are about. Anything other than that has to be considered a failure, not on necessarily the managerial part, but definitely the players as well. Fulham were very busy. They ended up signing 4 players on deadline day, one including Willian, who is back in the Premier League, obviously having stints with Chelsea and Arsenal. I think Dan James also went there. I know he went somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's Fulham. So they definitely seem like they knew an area that needed strengthening was out wide. So they've gone and got new players there. Dan James can also play up front, which is very handy as well for Fulham. So not too bad there. Villa made 2 signings, Dendoncker and Bednarak. So centre back and a player that can play at the back and also can play in midfield. So very versatile player, very good. I think that's really what Villa need as well, with extra bodies. Hopefully Steven Gerrard now can mould that team into getting back to winning ways. It'd be a great thing if he could do that the weekend against Man City. But I don't think so. Forest, yeah, very busy. summer for them. 21 signings. And I'm pretty sure 22, it'll become 22 because I don't think Aurier has been confirmed yet. So you're turning to 22 signings for the summer, which is mental. And it could have been more. They were after Batshuayi, but unfortunately that fell through right at the end because Chelsea didn't get the paperwork in time. So now he's gone off to Fenerbahce. But they didn't really need another striker, especially now that Sam Surridge stays. So they're fine there. I think that was just because Surridge was possibly leaving, but now they couldn't complete the deal for Batshuayi. Surridge isn't leaving, he's staying, so yeah. And the mad thing is, there's still January to go. And crazy thing, because the World Cup's in November and December, there are only 13 games until January. 13! Like, what? That's league games anyway. 13 league games until January. And teams can start signing players again. Like, what was that about? Yeah. Crazy summer. Crazy deadline day. Crazy window. A lot of things happened. Ronaldo stayed. Frankie de Jong stayed, obviously. As all fucking summer he said he was not leaving, he didn't want to leave Barcelona. So how people still linked him with clubs, even Liverpool were apparently linked with him. Why? He wasn't leaving. Like, that was never happening. He was never going anywhere because he doesn't want to leave. You know, you can't really force a player to leave if he don't want to leave. Even if the club are telling him, go on, go. He goes, no, I'm perfectly fine where I am. And, let's face it, he is probably on a lot of wages because he's also saying he's not taking another pay cut. It's part of the reason why he wants to stay, because he's owed, I can't remember how much it is, 13 million is it? Euros. So it's a lot of money he's owed by Barcelona. So of course Barcelona haven't paid him that. He's obviously saying, no, I'm not taking another pay cut because you still owe me. He's rinsing that club for everything he gets, and to be fair play to him, because you know you hashed it out. You gave him those wages, so it's your duty to pay him those wages. If you can't pay it, maybe, here's the thing, don't sign fucking players. And also, don't give them ridiculous wages. Like, they've got themselves in this mess. People say, people kind of like, you've got to protect Barcelona, you know, the history and everything. I don't feel sorry for them, because they put themselves in that mess. Obviously, it's got nothing to do with the fans or like players or coaches. It's the fucking people that run it have ran that club to the ground. Nearly, pretty much. They're in so much debt, they still have to get the wage bill up. Which, I mean, the deadline's gone now, so unless you terminate the contracts, which don't really know if many players are really willing to do that, because they're getting paid a lot and other clubs are not stupid enough to pay them those wages, unless maybe it's PSG. Yeah, other than that, they're not going to really pay ridiculous wages for those players again. So of course they want to maximise their profits and stay with Barcelona, earning all this money. Yeah, it is stupid. Yeah, that I think wraps up most of it. Gonna be interesting to see how the season unfolds and what goes on, and yeah, it's gonna be good, I think. Very tight, very close, I feel. Liverpool seem to be finally finding their groove again. Hopefully we continue that with a win at Goodison tomorrow. lunchtime, Merseyside derby. We have to beat them. They're so bad, Everton. But then again, United were so bad, we didn't turn up and we let them win. So, you know, as long as we turn up, I think we'll be fine. But this team does have a tendency to start games slow. And if we start slow in the derby, especially with it being at Goodison, was being away, like at home, I feel like you can probably get away with starting slow because you've got the home crowd. It's probably a lot easier to get back into games when you're at home. If you're away, no. If Everton score first, that crowd will be right up for it, and you know what's going to happen? They'll just probably sit all 11 men behind the ball and go, "We've already 1-0 up. We're safe. Break us down." So, yeah, we'll see. But we've got Diogo Jota back and Darwin Núñez back for that. So there are definitely options we can have now to change it up if it is going wrong. Even if it's going right, you can still change it up. But yeah, let's just hope for another win. It'll be 3 wins in a row. It'll be very good, and our season will be well and truly back on track, especially with us going to Napoli in midweek. Well, it's going to be tough. It's a tough start to our Champions League group, that Napoli away. But hopefully, we'll be all right. But yeah, the last few years when we played Napoli, especially in Napoli or in Naples, should I say, hasn't gone great for us. So yeah, fingers crossed it's this time though. Hey, yeah, I think that's it for this video. Hectic summer, as a lot of summers are. But yeah, let's see how it goes, how it improves. Yeah, like I said, 13 league games until January opens, and we're right back in the mix again. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.